Hi guys, I'm Erica. Welcome to Hack Your Health. In today's video, I'm going to go through all the basic kitchen utensils and items that you're going to need in order to cook for the Specific Carbohydrate Diet or the Autoimmune Paleo Diet. So if you're just starting out, these are a few things to just make sure that you have in your kitchen. So for cooking, you're going to need a frying pan, and I would recommend getting a cast iron frying pan because they don't have any non-stick lining and they evenly heat the food, so they're pretty easy to cook with. And you're going to need a large baking container such as this one, which has been used for many years, so it doesn't look too great, but these are super versatile. You can cook chicken or roast and many different things in those. And then you're going to want a big saucepan and a small saucepan, so one that's big enough to make broth in, this one, or even something a bit bigger would be good. And then you're going to want a smaller one just for reheating things or cooking smaller amounts of food. And then you're going to want a kettle just for quickly boiling water. And I'm assuming that you're going to want a teapot because it's nice to be able to make tea, but that isn't totally necessary because you can always make tea in a regular mug. These are versatile enough that you can make pretty much anything just using those few items. So the next category is food preparation items. So for this, you're gonna want a sieve. This is really useful for rinsing off vegetables or draining things and making kefir if you make kefir. So I definitely recommend a sieve and a large mixing bowl, which can also be used to serve salads. And you're also going to want a grater and a measuring cup. And I would recommend getting a large and a small cutting board and a large and a small knife. So at minimum, you're going to want one large cutting knife and one small paring knife. And that's pretty much the basics of what you need to prepare the food for most meals. So for utensils, I would recommend at minimum having a ladle and a wooden spoon. I would recommend having both a metal spatula for taking things out of frying pans and a rubber spatula for getting mixtures out of bowls, basically. And then you're going to want kitchen scissors and a can opener, assuming that you eat something out of cans. And I would highly recommend getting a garlic press because it just makes it way faster if you're using garlic in recipes versus chopping it up individually. And then a potato masher if you want to make something like mashed rutabaga or anything that's mashed. That makes that a lot easier. So these are the basics that I would recommend getting for your kitchen. There's a few other appliances that will make certain things that these tools do faster, such as a hand mixer or a food processor, but those aren't really necessary. But if you end up needing them a lot, that could be a worthwhile investment as well. And then you're gonna want a few containers such as this one, which can go in the fridge or the freezer to store food in. And then, of course, you're going to want your basics like bowls and cutlery and plates, which I'm sure that everyone already has. So pretty much that's everything that you need in order to be able to cook a huge variety of foods. It really doesn't take that much, and you can get all of these things secondhand at thrift stores really easily because a lot of the time people's entire kitchenware will all go to the thrift store. So if you're on a budget, I would recommend looking there. And then I'll also link some things in the description box if you want suggestions of what's similar to what I have. And basically that's all you really need to get started if you're cooking for the Specific Carbohydrate Diet or the Autoimmune Paleo Diet, or pretty much any diet will basically require the same cookware. So if you're just getting started, I hope this was helpful to you. And if you want to see more of my cooking videos and lessons on how to make a lot of these foods, then you can look, I have those in a playlist on my channel. And if you want to see more of my videos, then you can always subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye.